Hey everyone, this is Marquise with Smart Money Moves, back with another video. I hope you're all doing well. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Let's jump right into it. Let's have a look at these prices. So at the moment, Bitcoin is currently sitting at $47,004 and it's up 0.4%. Ethereum is at $3,948, up 0.2%. Binance Coin is at $522, down 1.6%. Solana is currently down 3.6%, sitting at $173.11. XRP is at 0.86 cents and it is up 3%, so good for XRP holders. Cardano is at $1.24, down 0.6%. Terra is at $81.15 and it's up 4.5%. Avalanche is at $112 and it is up 4.7%. So at the moment, the market seems to be mostly trending sideways. Some coins are up little percentages, some coins are down a little percentages, but not really any massive movement. Let's jump right into our first article. It says US consumer inflation hit 40 years high. Can Bitcoin emerge as inflation hedge again? The US Consumer Price Index, CPI, hit a new 4-decade high in November at 6.8%, confirming what market pundits have been calling all along. The Asian and European markets recorded a slump in the early morning prior to the data release, and the US government is planning to introduce new measures to contain the damage. Let's see what that's going to be. The main cause of rising inflation, has been untapped money printing by governments around the globe, which only got worse because of the raging pandemic. I think I'm actually going to read that again. The main cause of rising inflation has been untapped money printing by governments around the globe, which only got worse because of the raging pandemic. So the amount of money that the government has been printing these last 2 years is ridiculous. And I did a bit of research here, and I was watching a video a while ago by Anthony Pompliano, the host of the Best Business Show, and there's a scary statistic out there. 80% of all dollars were printed in the last 2 years. I also wanted to pull up a chart of the M1, which is the measurement of the US money supply, as if that first headline I just gave you wasn't scary enough. But here we see the money supply of the United States, and it's going up gradually. But in 2020, the amount of growth we see here is just violent and obviously unhealthy, unnatural. The amount of money that they printed these last 2 years alone, it's just gross and it's crazy. And we feel the repercussions of it. You can't just print billions and billions of dollars and pump it into the economy and not expect anything negative to happen. And we see inflation hitting us at 6.8%, which is the highest it's been in over 40 years because of what they're doing. And if this chart doesn't open your eyes, I don't know what will, because you see how drastically the price of, or not even the price, the measurement of the money supply goes up in 2020 because of all the printing. And it's just a scary statistic. I'll read it one more time. 80% of all dollars were printed in the last 2 years. So just think about it. The money that we have today circulating around the world was literally printed, 80% of it was printed in the last 2 years. So it's crazy. I do think that inflation will continue to be an issue, especially as we head into 2022. I think that we'll probably see the price or the inflation rate continue to go up. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. But with so much money being pumped into the economy just to stimulate it, and I get it, people wasn't working and stuff like that. But I just wish that maybe we try to find other means as to help people rather than print billions and billions and billions of dollars and and just really hurt people. So I'm going to scroll down, see if there's anything worth bringing out in this. During the first COVID wave, traditional and crypto markets dipped initially, but Bitcoin and altcoins later found their footing and grew exponentially. Bitcoin left gold behind to become the growing choice of inflation hedge among institutions and retail investors alike. In fact, pandemics played a key part in Bitcoin's institutional adoption at the start of this year. Can Bitcoin beat inflation fears? A majority of market pundits believe the inflation would take down every market, including the cryptocurrency one. However, crypto proponents suggest otherwise. Many crypto market analysts have predicted the rise of Bitcoin and other altcoins in the first quarter of 2022 as December turned bearish again. So, like this paragraph basically says here, this month for cryptocurrencies has been quite bearish. We haven't seen as much appreciation in Bitcoin's price as people predicted and as certain charts predicted for us. But that's fine with me. I think that when you truly believe in an asset and as it continues to, or when it does go either bearish or even just continue to go a flat line straight. I think those are the best times to accumulate. Those capitulation stages are the best time to really stack your bags. And that way, when the price does ultimately shoot up, because we know it will, Bitcoin always recovers and always shoots back up. We want to say that we were able to accumulate as much as we can during those dips. So it says here again, a majority of market pundits believe inflation would take every market down, but crypto proponents suggest otherwise. And as we know, Bitcoin is scarce and there's a hard cap at 21 million. So unlike the US dollar that could be printed to oblivion, you can't print more Bitcoin. You can't create more Bitcoin. It's hard capped. And so when you have a supply that's hard capped and you have a demand for it that continues to grow, we know that the price has to follow and the price will go up. So the writer of this believes that next year we can see some nice appreciation for Bitcoin, and I'm looking forward to that as well. Let's jump into the next article here. Next article says crypto regulation is coming, but Bitcoin traders are still buying the dip, as they should. Like I was just saying, when Bitcoin and other altcoins that you are bullish on are dipping down, that's the best time to buy them. I think that money is made not only obviously when the price goes up, but money is made when you enter into the asset, when you buy at those discounted prices. It says looking at the Bitcoin chart from a weekly or daily perspective presents a bearish outlook. And it's clear that Bitcoin price has been consistently making lower lows since hitting an all-time high at 69,000. So looking at this chart here, we see right around this area. For those not looking at the screen, it's in November. We see that Bitcoin hit its high of 69,000, and then ever since then, it's just been trending down. Curiously, the November 10 price peak happened right as the United States announced that inflation has hit a 30-year high. So I think around that time when Bitcoin peaked and was on that massive run, it was right after we were told how high inflation was, and people, I think, upon hearing how high inflation is, they're going to run to a deflationary asset or a place to store their wealth or their money because it's being devalued thanks to inflation. So I think that's probably one of the reasons for the price hike in November. Then it says, but the mood quickly reversed after fears related to China-based real estate developer Evergrande defaulted on its loans. So for those that don't know, Evergrande is China's second largest property developer, and they defaulted on some of their loans, and their debt is around like $300 billion. So it's huge, and they're a huge developing company. They're China's second largest, and people fear that this collapse will affect the overall market. So right when the news broke that Evergrande defaulted on their loans, people began to fear that, like, oh, maybe they don't have money to cover their loans, and that this crash will affect the overall financial market. And then we started to see a violent dip in Bitcoin and other assets. Actually, it wasn't just cryptocurrencies that was hit by this news. It was other the stock market and other things as well began to dip a little bit there. Scrolling on, it says traders are still afraid of stablecoin regulation. This initial corrective phase was quickly followed by relentless pressure from regulators and policymakers on stablecoin issuers. Dropping down, it says on December 14th, the U.S. Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee held a hearing on stablecoins focused on consumer protection and their risks. And on December 17th, the U.S. Financial Stability Oversight Council voiced its concern over stablecoin adoption and other digital assets. The council recommends that state and federal regulators review available regulations and tools that could be applied to digital assets. So it sounds like they're not even specifically trying to regulate Bitcoins or even other altcoins. It looks like right now they're just focused on regulating stable coins. And so we'll see what comes of this. Hopefully it's something that actually helps people, but we'll see. I don't know if I have much faith in certain regulators regulating crypto, but time will tell. Next article says, Bitcoin wobbles below 46K as one Bitcoin passes 800K Turkish Lira for the first time. Scrolling down, it says, max pain for Turkish Lira holders. With little to inspire Bitcoin traders overall, only events in Turkey provided some form of a silver lining for those who opted to diversify into Bitcoin. Following a fresh commitment to lower interest rates from President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Turkey's national fiat currency, the lira, fell to new record lows of 17.8% against the dollar. So for people that live in these areas, such as Turkey, where their currency is just being debased so violently, they're obviously going to look for places to build wealth, to even save wealth, to store wealth. And people over there are starting to turn to cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin because it's an inflation hedge. It can't be, like I said earlier in the video, it can't be duplicated. You can't create more of it. It's only a specific amount, and it's a great hedge against inflation. It says taking its year-to-date losses to nearly 60%. The latest slide brought the focus back to Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a potential hedge against extreme economic policy. So that's so sad. So for people that were holding the Turkish lira, it says year to date losses to nearly 60%. So if you held money at the start of this year in the Turkish lira, you're now currently down 60%. So it's not that you did anything wrong, that you invested poorly or anything like that. Just holding the actual currency of that government, it's down 60% due to inflation. So people in these impoverished areas are just are like just on I don't want to even say impoverished, but just like people in these countries that aren't as rich as other countries are suffering severely because of the economic policies and things that the government is doing. So they need like a place to store their wealth. They need a place to save money or to even to build their wealth. So people are starting to turn again to cryptocurrencies. So jumping to the next article, it says crypto-friendly social media platform Reddit files to go public via IPO. In an official announcement, the company noted that it has confidentially submitted a Form S-1 with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. So I thought this article was pretty cool. And for anyone that uses Reddit, I actually have several friends that are just super bullish on Reddit. They use it a lot. They send me stuff from Reddit all the time, different articles and whatever, different. I use it, but I'm not as into it as they are. But you can definitely learn a lot on there. But Reddit plans to go public sometime in 2022, which is cool for them. Hopefully they do well. It says here, Reddit commences plans to go public. Reddit did not disclose any further information about the proceedings, but stated that it had started the paperwork with the SEC regarding its intended IPO next year. The company noted that it has refrained from sharing more details about its public offering due to regulatory reasons. So we don't know when they're going public, but we know that they are going public sometime next year, and that's great for them. I hope that they do well. And Reddit has been a crypto-friendly platform, which is great. I wanted to highlight in this article here, Reddit doubles down on blockchain. The social media platform has integrated cryptocurrencies in the form of community points for two subreddits. The tokens, dubbed Moon and Brick, are built on the Ethereum blockchain and allow users to earn rewards from commenting and posting on the platform. Users can also spend the points on various services, including purchasing, memberships, and voting in weighted polls. So I think that's pretty cool. So just by using their platform, whether you're commenting on different subreddits or liking stuff, but just being active on their platform, you're able to earn the tokens, either Moon or Brick, and I'm not sure what those are priced in right now. Actually, I'll look it up really quick just because I'm curious. This is the first I'm hearing about these two coins. So Mooncoin, I believe this is the coin we just read about. So right now, Mooncoin is sitting well below a penny at 0.00001. I don't even know how many zeros I just said. Let's try that again. At 0.00001,235. And I'm just going to scroll down to, let's see, any news on it? Yeah, so it says, I see a community here. So it says Reddit. So I'm just assuming that this is Reddit's coin. So right now it's not even worth a penny. So for those that are using Reddit, hopefully you're earning Mooncoin, and hopefully Mooncoin appreciates over the next year, the next few years, and it's you make a profit from it just by using Reddit's website. I'm gonna look up the other one, Brick, as well. There's a couple bricks there. I'm not sure if this is the same one. Yeah, I am not sure, but Brick token, if this is the same one, is sitting at 79 cents. Yes, I'll jump back into the article. So that's good for them. Good for Reddit for going public. Hopefully they do well with that. Hopefully people that invest in it, I hope that they make money and they do well also, because Reddit is it's a pretty great platform, if I do say so myself. Jumping to the next article, it says cryptocurrency 2022, Bitcoin, NFTs, and other big players to rule the roost. The year 2021 has seen many path-breaking events in the field of cryptocurrency. The most notable change was the NFT, or non-fungible tokens, which are a new crypto application, and the sales of these crypto assets have surged to unbelievable levels. Another significant development is the acceptance of crypto tokens in general, and BTC in particular, by the major commerce giants of the globe, like Expedia and Microsoft, and accepting the coin as a means of exchange. So I truly believe that crypto is the future. It's the whole reason why I created this channel. I'm so passionate on it and I love investing in it. And it's just great to see different commerce giants like Expedia and Microsoft start to accept Bitcoin as a means of exchange. I think they're definitely the first pioneers of this, and we will see in the future many other corporations and companies accepting cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin for payments. It's only just a matter of time. It says here, transparency is fueling the broader acceptance of cryptocurrencies. The biggest event of 2021 is the acceptance of Bitcoin as a legal tender at par with fiat currency by El Salvador. El Salvador president also attended the big Bitcoin bash, where he revealed that his country would make Bitcoin the official tender. He also spread the red carpet and asked Bitcoin to use the massive geothermal energy potential of the nation to mine Bitcoin in a more ecologically friendly way. I feel like that sentence was worded incorrectly. He also spread the red carpet and asked Bitcoin to use the massive geothermal energy. Anyways, I think that was a typo for whoever wrote this, but like it says, the biggest event of this year was El Salvador accepting Bitcoin as legal tender. And I think they're just one of the first countries to do this. And the thing I love about El Salvador and its president is that they're very vocal and very transparent about what they're doing. They talk about how much Bitcoin they're purchasing, how much is on their balance sheet. They talk about how much they've made from it so far. And then they even talk about what they plan to do with the profits that they've made from Bitcoin. So, to my knowledge, they've made millions of dollars since buying and holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet, and they're taking some of that money and they're able to pour it back into their country. So that's really great for them, and I think that other countries that may be in a similar state to El Salvador or not as wealthy as other countries will just see what they're doing and then eventually do the same as well. And Bitcoin will spread like wildfire, and yeah, other countries as well will adopt it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this continues to go for El Salvador and how other countries participate in this as well. Scrolling down a bit more, it says cryptocurrency cannot be ignored. Cryptocurrency is here to stay, and it could be derided or ignored, appreciated but never ignored. The main reasons for increasing acceptance of Bitcoin include a growing faith in cryptocurrency and associated blockchain technology. So, as Bitcoin continues to get stronger, as faith in the network and in cryptocurrencies continue to grow, I do believe, like I said before, it will continue to be adopted. Furthermore, the completely decentralized structures make it an ideal platform devoid of scams and corruption, one of the banes of the present financial regime. Therefore, it makes cryptocurrency very attractive to the ordinary person. So I agree with this as well because Bitcoin is decentralized and it's not controlled by any specific person or government. It makes it an ideal platform. And then also too, because everything is so transparent, when you transact in Bitcoin, that transaction goes on a public ledger known as the blockchain, and it's visible to everyone, so it's transparent. So I feel like that would cause people that either want to scam or want to do something illegal, it would cause them to use another financial system because their transaction is public with Bitcoin. So that's another thing that I think makes it more attractive or even secure to people. So jumping to the last news story, it says Dubai World Trade Center to become regulator and comprehensive zone for crypto. The latest update from the pro crypto nation, Dubai, saw its government declare that the Dubai World Trade Center will soon become a comprehensive zone and regulator for virtual assets in crypto, including digital assets, products, operators, and exchanges. Dubai authorities have continued to put efforts toward enabling crypto's mass adoption in the nation, this time around by working together with the private sector and relevant entities to make crypto more accessible and secure. The authorities have declared to enforce rigorous standards for investor protection, anti-money laundering, combat the financing of terrorism, compliance, and cross-border deal flow tracing. So I put this in here because I thought that this was very bullish for the space. I think it's great that Dubai is they're crypto friendly and they're putting their money where their mouth is. So essentially, they're regulating the space and they're making it safer for people to get into the space, and they're making it easier and more accessible as well. It says here the step continues to accelerate Dubai's standing as a leading global center for business, trade, and technology. The World Trade Center will deliver and oversee a new world class regulatory framework of virtual assets, legislative, and enforcement policies, will be critical to facilitating and broadening cross border operations and ecosystems innovation to enable safe market adoption and growth for this sector in Dubai. Got a little cold here, excuse me. So I think this is great because again they're a leader in business, and instead of running from the technology, they embrace it. They try to understand it and they try to make sure it's safe for people in their area to get into it. So I think that the United States, should actually take a page out of Dubai's book, and we should, instead of rather fight crypto adoption. We should embrace it, and we should learn more about it and find ways to safely regulate it. That way, more people can get into it, and more people can be safe while they're into it. So this is great. So fantastic for Dubai. Happy to hear that, and I look forward to just hearing more about what they're doing. So that concludes my video for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you found content or some form of entertainment in this video. As always, please leave a like, a comment, and a subscription down below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.